Hello Arsenal fans, Neomis here giving you another video. Obviously you have just seen Arsenal beat Southampton 3-0. Great result. Performance I would say was dominant. Was it really based on Arteta getting his tactics completely right? No. Um, but nevertheless, I think that we beat Southampton. We beat them quite comfortably. 3-0 result proves that. We had lots of possession. However, you would have thought with what we had, you might have expected more. And that's me really just being critical of everything overall. For me, I thought Southampton were poor, especially defensively. Really, really poor. Gave us lots of chances. They did have some chances as well. Looking at the numbers, we had 6 shots on target, and they had 5 shots on target. To be fair, let me just clarify that. Yep, that was the case, and it just seems that within that, it probably could have been better if Southampton had been a little bit more clinical up front, and defensively could have been solid. But nevertheless, like, Arsenal can't do anything about that. We have no control over how Ralph Hasenhüttl sets up his side, how the mentality of his players are. They just don't. And when you're looking at these numbers, 15 shots on 15 shots for Arsenal, 5 on target, 3 goals. Southampton 11 shots, 6 on target, but no goals. I mean, that tells me a lot. And it should tell all of you a lot as well. So again, it's another situation whereby Southampton were creating chances. It's just that we had a top goalkeeper that really kept us in the game, kept us in a position whereby Southampton really couldn't do much. Because even though like they had this many shots on target, they had more shots on target than we did, and you'd have think that they would have put their chances away. But for me, I just think that our players, when you look at it individually, are just better. Great goal from Lacazette for the first goal earlier on in the game. Really glad to see him get on the score sheet. Odegaard, good goal from him. Well, I mean, it was an okay goal, but nevertheless, starting to actually show his value. For me, still very much early days with him until Smith Rowe gets back. And it'd be very interesting to see what Arteta does, whether his favourite, his boy Odegaard, will be the one to continue playing in that kind of second striker, number 10 role, or will Smith Rowe get his opportunity again in this first team? Because I'll say it again, time and time again, Smith Rowe is my guy. He is the number 10, and I will choose him over Odegaard all day, any day. But with Odegaard playing this well, I mean, it does give Arteta the excuse to continue playing him, to not, cycle in the squad and really using the wider depth of the squad to his advantage. But if we're getting results, shouldn't that be a good thing? I mean, and a lot of you are probably thinking that right now. But I say that when you're looking at how the season has gone, we're now approaching halfway in the season. We got to start delving a little bit deeper behind the surface on how Arsenal have been playing. Now, in this game, like, we started up with the lineup. I saw the lineup, and immediately I said that the midfield was again a problem, that Saka and Martinelli should be on opposite sides to give them much more of a goal-scoring chance. And for me, I think if they were on the opposite sides, they probably would have scored goals themselves. But nevertheless, we still won. I shouldn't complain. Then Odegaard in just playing behind Lacazette. Partey and Xhaka in the midfield for me. Again, today it wasn't so much of a problem, to be really honest. But long term, that's not the answer. I'm being absolutely honest with this, right? Like that again. There were times where Xhaka and Partey were losing the ball, getting pressed, that allowed Southampton to really get these chances and get as many shots on target, more shots on target than Arsenal, to be fair, and get the balance right in that midfield for me. Next week will be the test. Next week will be the game that, well, not even a test, because I personally don't think that will beat West Ham. I think we should expect a draw, but I don't think will get any more than that, and potentially we might even lose that. And this is not me being negative; it really isn't. But I have to see where we are right now, recent results so far in the season, where we are, who we're going up against, and I gotta put a spade a spade. But let's enjoy the moment what it is. Hasenhüttl set his side up. He played his side in a certain way. We beat him, which is good. We got the 3 points. This is exactly what we kind of would have expected last week against Everton, but didn't quite work out that way. And we did it against Southampton. On to the next one is what I say. It's a result that I expect against Southampton, and that's really the end of that. Now, there are some deeper issues here. Not just with the starting 11 as well, but it's time to talk about Aubameyang. So I get a message, and a lot of you will know, from Apollo saying about this thing with Aubameyang that's going on with the team. And even Arteta after the game was asked about Aubameyang, and he said, can we not talk about Aubameyang? He has been suspended. Well, he didn't make the squad because of disciplinary issues. Again, keen to hear what this disciplinary issue is really all about. We've heard this come up before. Before it was, lateness, and the reason why he was dropped from the whole squad. I'd even heard that he had not even watched the game at the stadium. He just left and went home. And I don't blame him, because whatever is going on, whether it's that he felt he should have started, which I will say this right now, he shouldn't. For me, it always had to be either Lacazette or Eddie Nketiah is who I would have liked to have seen because of how well that he played in the last game compared to Lacazette. But Lacazette got the nod, which fine. I don't have a problem with Lacazette. But Aubameyang doesn't deserve to start. He's been on awful form. And I know part of that is to do with the system that we play. And we don't have the right balance to be able to get the best out of Aubameyang. Let's be really, really honest about that for me. Personally, I feel like Aubameyang does best when Lacazette is playing. And due to the types of players that we have, we can't always utilize going up against a team playing with a high line. When we got City on the 1st of January, definitely I think Aubameyang should play because he's going to play off the shoulder of the defender. City are going to play with a high line. It's a perfect type of game to play with kind of a 4-4-1-1 with Laka and Aubameyang. Aubameyang feed him through all day long. But my guess is that Aubameyang is completely frustrated with not playing as much, probably not starting, and who knows what it is. But this isn't the first time this has happened between Arteta and Aubameyang. And my guess, to be really, really honest, is that long term, when it comes to Aubameyang, he's not the solution. He's another one who has a year and a half left on his contract. I think we all as Arsenal fans know that, he's been a good servant for Arsenal, but now is the time to go to evolve, and, his replacement has to be there, which is why I think that, the club are so keen to kind of sign Eddie, because there is no gap. There's going to be a massive void between Balogun, John Jules and Moller on this side, and then you got Aubameyang on this side, 32, 33 years old, and you've basically got like you got a 12, 11 year gap between there and no one in the middle. And um, you just gotta say that's awful planning, and that's not just a Arteta problem, but it's more importantly an Edu problem, because if you're talking about the long term planning of the club, and I know I'm going on a little bit off on a tangent, but when you're looking at the long term viability of that striker role, we haven't got quite it nailed down. And Aubameyang, having a temper tantrum or whatever it is all kind of part of that. We're calling on Lacazette, which, again, I don't have a problem with Lacazette, but this is a guy that's going to be leaving at the end of the season. He's going to say thank you to all the Arsenal fans for everything, but I'll see you when I see you. And that is kind of not in the position that we want to be ourselves in. So long term does need a lot of work, not just with transfers, but definitely with this Arsenal side. Because looking at just kind of those blatant numbers, again, when you look at the stats, look at the stats here on Sky Sports, 62% possession, but then all the stats around that, total shots, shots on target, corners, offsides and yellow. I mean, let's not talk about offsides and yellow cards, but just looking at total shots, shots on targets, and even corners, that they're very much similar. And if you were going up against a better side, this game would have been a lot more even overall. But Arsenal fans, enjoy the win. We don't know where wins are going to come from. We're basically hoping and praying for stuff right now. And yeah, I just hope in the next game that we have, I believe the West Ham game is on Wednesday. That'll be midweek on BT Sport. I've seen all the commercials for it at the moment. You just hope that we can get something out of that game. It's good to kind of get back on track. And I know everybody's going to be looking at the table and be thinking, oh my God, like we're back in fifth. Like we're 1 point away from West Ham. If we get a point, we're going to be in the top four. But like, no, like, spoiler alert, I think that we're going to draw against West Ham, probably even lose. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Man United will, in my opinion, will get fourth. We'll be somewhere around 5th, 6th, or 7th. But we are in the position that we are supposed to be in, for the most part. There's some games that we could have done better, but for the most part, we are in the position that we'll be in. And you got to say, just enjoy the win as it is, and then on to the next one. But guys, what do you think about the game and how it all went? I know some of you are disappointed. P-Dubs, I saw your comment on my previous video about this game. And I got to say, I got to give my thoughts for that, because I do agree with you in that it's more the same from Arteta. Like, it's the way how we play. We do give up a lot of chances. And when we do come up across the better sides, they do put us to the sword, and that's what we've seen this season. When we do go up against sides that are either better than us or on the same level as us, Arsenal don't do that well, i.e. Man United, City, Chelsea, Liverpool. Everton was a strange one, to be really honest. Yeah, I pegged Arsenal to get a draw in that game, and I was sure, based on Everton's form, that a draw would have been fair. So very, very, very interesting one. But hey, nevertheless, leave your thoughts below. Please do remember to comment, like, and subscribe, and I will see you all on my next video, which will probably be Tuesday, if not Sunday or Monday, depending on what happens to this Aubameyang thing. Who knows? It can all go tits up. Aubameyang might hand in a transfer request and be like, I want free. I want to be free. Free from Arteta regime. Who knows? That could be it. But I'll be keeping my ears and my eyes out there on this Aubameyang Arteta issue, because boy, the next 6 to 12 months are going to be very interesting, particularly the next 6 months, because fans like myself cannot accept finishing 8-4 below. Um, I'm desperate for any type of success, as I keep on saying it. But yeah, I won't ramble on again. I won't ramble on. So leave your comments below. Ramble on below in the comments. I'll give my thoughts to you guys, whoever wants to kind of know. But until then, I'll see you all on my next video, which hopefully will be in the next few days. Peace.